阿女，耍太極減肥啊！
哇，好想 P 圖啊！
COVID-19, also known as coronavirus, is a contagious disease caused by severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2. It includes fever, cough, headache, fatigue, breathing difficulties, and loss of smell and taste. As told as infection disease, according to biology. COVID-19 has affected people's life once this virus pandemic was announced by the World Health Organization, the official Director General Mr. Tedros Adhanom. He announced it as worldwide pandemic.
And by the alarming levels of inaction. We have therefore made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic. Pandemic is not a word to use lightly or carelessly. It's a word that, if misused, can cause unreasonable fear or unjustified acceptance that the fight is over.
According to CTV News from Canada, Canada is now suffering from a seriously high level of positive cases of COVID-19. According to news, the latest total case of Canada is up to 115,5837, which is over up to 1 million, which is a serious problem. Beside of the news updates, the virus also impacted people's normal daily routines and daily life, like attending lessons, work, business, school, religious. Neither traveling service is activating. In a new generation, WFH work from home is a new trend for business people or employees, but for executing the plan of work from
home, we must thank the generation and the help of social media, the Wi-Fi network, and learning to use new appliances, like Zoom, Google Meetings, Shilogi, or Google Classroom.
邊個未入 Google Classroom 未交功課㗎？而家係停課唔係絕學啊！唔該你交功課啊！有咩唔識嘅話，你 WhatsApp 我咯。你再唔交功課，你翻嚟我記你一個小過每個人。邊個未入 Google Classroom 未交功課㗎？邊個未入 Google Classroom 未交功課㗎？邊個未入 Google Classroom 未交功課㗎？而家係停課，停課，停課，停課，停課，停課，唔係絕學啊！絕學啊！絕學啊！
With these reliable devices, it helps our internet stay home, stay safe classes to be continued or getting on smoothly. Secondly, a part of impacts to people in worldwide or Hong Kong. People are also facing challenges produced by the pandemic. Stockings dropped. Also the economy of the world, for example Hong Kong, the financial world is having a serious poor problem and it is also not in a good situation. Thirdly, about gift and graces, I believe that in fact and honestly, although there are challenges through the new pandemic, but there is also graces and gifts given to people, making an example like WFH, for normal employees. There may be problems working from home that they may not be able to work smoothly or getting documents and important files conveniently, because they are at home. But in a new generation, laptop is important, but thanks to a laptop, using a PC's personal file saving program, it made the laptop to be another office which is more convenient than walking around in the office in a crowded area, but staying at home, appreciating its silence, its comfortable environment, especially the private aircon at home, will make employees a better and more comfortable environment on working on the laptop. Time is flying. It goes. In the future, no one knows. Of course technology will be upgrading a level and more. In the world, 7 billion of people would together hope to end the pandemic. This pandemic has made them lost a number of things. Not less but much. If the virus pandemic is continuing longer and longer, the world will be in danger. The virus will occupy the earth. It will turn to a serious situation, with a serious problem and poor economy. Government always tells us to wear masks to avoid and fight the virus together, to defend our health and defeat the disease. I think we have learned the importance of wearing a mask and the importance of distance between people to avoid infecting anyone. Finally, I hope this pandemic, which seriously affects the economy of not just Hong Kong, but worldwide, I hope it will end soon, and I concern about case data daily in HK and Canada.
On the brink of chaos. So this all looks pretty bad. But if there is one thing really worth exploring here, it is the country's amazing economic resilience. Safe haven for trade, it still asserts huge influence over the region, and in many ways, it's still a fortress. The events of the last decade would have crippled any regular economy, especially when you consider an economy entirely located within one city. Economy with crippling personal, business, and government debt. You can watch our video on Will This Be the Next Great Depression to understand why in further detail, but the takeaway here is that debt normally makes the good times great and the bad times terrible. Hong Kong is home to an extraordinary economy. It is remarkably wealthy, remarkably stable, and when the powers that be go into trade wars and then the world shuts down, all while your people are marching in the street, it makes this kind of role almost impossible. Crumbled